You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
I love that little thing at the end. Good day and welcome to the Mushie Moment here on April 14th, 2024.
May
24th. And have another birthday. Wait, I can't see my screen. Is this one right?
Okay. Yep.
Please welcome my awesome co-host, Rev Cindy, and myself, Steve, brought to you by paceradio.net and streaming everywhere. Welcome to an awesome day.
You really want to turn 64 this year, don't you? That's why you went backwards, right?
Progression of regression.
The joke, the explanation behind that is when the last time I was out in BC and we were talking about Steve's upcoming birthday, he kept saying that he was turning a year older than what he was actually turning. So that's just a little bit of the backstory of he wants to be 64.
Because when I'm 64.
Yeah, there's a song. You're dying to sing it, aren't you?
No, I want to sing the When I'm 94.
That'd be a cool one to sing too. Yeah.
Yeah. Mika's singing When I'm 130. Because she's already 129.
Yeah, she's an old girl. And it's amazing that she's still going. I love the daily videos and the daily pictures when I'm not there. It's pretty cool to see her smile when she's out sniffing. She seems to get out and go for those walks with you, whether it be in the park across the street or the beach. And it's just like all of her pain kind of disappears and she just goes to sniffing and she could spend hours doing it.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. Brightens up my day every time.
Yeah. And those smiles that she has in the videos are just something else.
I love now when I come walking up with the camera, she gets ready. She knows I'm going to put my hand out and rub her chin now. She gets all ready. It's like, yeah, give me the rub. It's awesome. Yeah. Oh, how you been?
I'm doing. I have to use the word okay today. I have this is one of the side effects of addiction that I have had. I have thin enamel on my teeth and bad gums, and it comes from years and multitudes of prescription drugs. And my bottom is much worse because when I was into cocaine, I would take the rest of the line and I'd put it on my bottom gums. And because of that, I have ended up with a lot of issues. So I have problems with another tooth. I'm in a lot of pain, but I am here and I am smiling.
Get a string, wrap it around it, tie it to the door handle, get the camera aimed on it, and slam the door for us.
Get the camera aimed on. You want to see me scream.
I think it only ever worked on TV because it never worked for me.
No, it worked when I was a kid and the tooth was already 99% loose. But for the issues that I'm having, I don't think that's the right answer. I do have an appointment.
Lets you know you're alive.
It does. Yeah, it's saying, you're alive, you're alive, you're alive, you're alive. But yeah.
More alive than you want to be in the moment.
At the moment, yeah. But I have some of this beautiful clove bud oil that you gave me, and I have the salt water rinse. So I'll make it to the dentist, and then after I see the dentist, it'll be so much better until the past addiction takes over another tooth, and it's sadly one of the things that addiction does. That these prescription medicines or drugs do. sadly a result of my past.
Reminds me of that Queen song. Another one gone and another one gone and another one bites the dust.
It's not biting the dust or anything anymore.
It's bites to dust. Hey, got that word wrong. It's supposed to be bites to dust.
Yeah, bites to dust. But it is what it is. And I am surviving, and I'm thankful for cannabis oil that I've been spreading on it and clove bud oil that I've been spreading on it, and life will be better in a couple of weeks.
Yes, dental
Not
pain.
that it's bad now, it's just that. Yeah.
Wow.
So enough of my complaining. How are you?
Oh, we get to go to my complaining now?
Sure, why not?
Well, I'm going to complain because, we've been having a lot of blue sky and it just seems like a reason to complain. The flowers.
It's terrible.
Spring is spring,
Move my camera a little bit. Outside that door, there is a window, and it is nothing but sunshine and blue skies today. We are up to about 22 degrees.
Oh, damn. So my braggarting isn't even working. That's okay, because I'm lying. We got that nice hazy blue, where those planes fly over and the contrails spread out and make the sky all hazy. That's what we got right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if I go out after the podcast and we've got that going on here too.
But cooling the northern hemisphere of the planet.
And that's strange, isn't it? I have noticed the last couple of years, last summer in particular, that we will have a heck of a hot day and it'll be like 80 million degrees. But at 10 p.m. when the sun's going down, you better get a sweater because it gets chilly.
There's a whole department at Harvard that people can study all that about. It's run by David Keith. It's about geoengineering. And he outright says in his TED Talks, we're trying to cool the northern hemisphere of the planet to slow the melting of the polar ice caps.
Yeah, well, if you go by what I felt last summer, they sure are. Because like I said, I remember even 10 years ago, it would be hot all day. We would be dying all day. And you better have your fans faced right at the bed when you go to bed because it's going to still be hot all night. And I remember those days, and it really wasn't that long ago. But like I said, now when that sun goes down, I don't care if it was the hottest day of the year. You better get a sweater because it's going to get cool.
Yep. Grab the quilt. Woo!
Yep. Which I don't mind. It makes it for easier sleeping in the summer. But at the same time, it's not natural. It's weird.
But I do like the deep blue skies that we used to have. But hey,
let's get out of the conspiracy theory talk.
Although there is a department at Harvard, it's the geoengineering department where they literally teach you all about stratospheric aerosol injection and what they're doing. But
yeah. So I mean, they're admitting what they're doing, and it's interesting stuff. It's not necessarily conspiracy theory anymore. Because the governments have admitted that they're trying to do this and why they say they are trying to do this. So it's not really conspiracy anymore. They've put it out there and it's become fact. I just find it really weird.
Yeah. But hey, man has a better idea. They're going to save everything. Like look at all the species we've saved over the last 100 years.
Yeah. Yep.
We've got a better idea. We're going to fix it, damn it.
Yep.
You don't sound like you believe me.
Nope.
Well, I'm sure a bunch of our viewers do.
Okay. Especially with the giggling that you're doing around what you're saying. They're going to absolutely believe you.
Did you have a cacao today?
Yeah, I did. But I'm keeping mine hot.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. I'm currently having mine at lukewarm. By the end of the show, I'll be drinking a cold one if I haven't finished it.
Oh, I can't do cold cacao. No.
What do you mean? It's just like chewing soggy chocolate.
No, I like my cacao hot. So today, and I find it interesting that I have been bothered by my tooth in the last 24 hours, and knowing where it's coming from. And today we are diving back into the addiction talk. It's something that we have both had as part of our lives in different ways. I just freely admitted here not very long ago that I was a cocaine addict. I was also an alcoholic, addicted to cigarettes, addicted to trauma, and I had a slew of pharmaceuticals that I took on a regular basis, and I was severely addicted to them. You, on the other hand, have had, some of your own battles, but you have watched loved ones, specifically your daughters, go through a very large battle. And we've had both of the girls on in the past, a couple of shows each. And really we extended the shows too, because they had a lot to tell us, a lot to say. It was an incredible interviews from both of them. And today we were hoping to have them both back. And unfortunately, Kati isn't able to make it. And that's okay, because it just gives us a chance to talk to Jessi alone. And then we can bring Kati on alone as well. And, this way they're not interrupting each other, and they can both get out everything they want to say. And I think that's...
come on. They wouldn't interrupt each other.
No, not at all. So today we do have Jessi Mather joining us. She was on, it was close to a year ago now, wasn't it? 9 or 10 months?
Really?
Has it been that long?
I honestly, I don't know.
No,
I'm lucid with that thing we call time.
Yeah, me too. But she was on for a couple of shows, and she told us a lot of her story. And lately there have been some changes. There have been some different things happening, and there have been some plans that have started to be made. And the girls wanted to come on back on and give us an update on what they've been going through in the last 6 to 10 months, because we're not sure how long ago they were on. Yeah, and we jumped at the chance, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm hoping that that Kati can get her phone working and do a call-in log-in at some point through the show.
Yeah, and if she doesn't, that's okay. We will have her on again. Oh, you're back. He's getting a call, ladies and gentlemen, so he's just doing the ignore thing on the call, and Steve will be right back. And when he comes back, we will bring Jessi on, to be part of the show. And again, Jessi has been living in Vancouver, and she, when she was a teenager, was introduced to some drugs, and later on, as you heard in past podcasts, she and her sister at the same time were attacked by a dog. Saving Jessi's son, the two girls were badly ripped apart. And Jessi herself ended up with over 50 stitches, and had to fight, I believe, a police officer, and if I remember correctly, a citizen as well got hurt by the dog. You're muted. I can't hear you. I'm not sure what's going on. It sometimes happens when no, we can't hear you now. We might have to this sometimes happens when he gets a phone call, and that's okay. We do not have any shows after this until my show at 7 p.m. So we're okay to go a little bit longer. You might have to leave the room and come back in. I can't hear you now. Steve will be right back, and I'm just going to continue chatting. Yeah. So Steve and Jessi aren't here to hear this right now, but that's okay. We can let them know what I'm saying when they get back. Like I was saying, the girls were out, Kati with her dog and Jessi with her son, and the girls were out together. They were at a park. The son was playing, and the dog decided to take his exception and went after Jessi's son. And Jessi and Kati did what they had to do. I can hear you now. And got the little one to safety and warded off the dog, but the two girls got very hurt in the process. And the doctors decided that fentanyl was a great thing to treat them with. If you saw the last two interviews, you would have heard the whole story. And I really think that I should be quiet now and let Steve chat, that he's got his mic back.
You can hear us? We're good?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, they were actually using the oxys, the fake fentanyl oxys, prior to them getting the real fentanyl in the hospital for their wounds. There was already a problem developing, and the dog attack just pretty much sealed the deal that there was not going to be a chance of recovery in that moment. But I missed what you said on most of that because I was resetting up. Should we?
Yeah, I mean, what I said was I look at the girls like heroines. The addiction that they got was the side effect of what they had to do to protect Jessi's son, and they did that. The young fella didn't get a mark on him, and then sadly later on they paid the price. For their past decisions. When it came to the oxys, and and then the doctor kind of solidified everything, but. The wonderful part of that story is that Jessi's son didn't get touched. They saved him, and they are heroines for that. And I think that they need to be celebrated for what they did. They protected him from getting hurt. And I think that part is extremely beautiful.
Yes, I have to agree.
Yeah.
Well, should I invite her to the seat?
I think we should. To the hot seat.
Okay, finish chewing up all my pistachios you're eating, and
You're good.
she found my bag of pistachios.
One of your bags of pistachios.
I don't like them usually when they're on stuff, but by themselves, I like them.
How you doing?
Doing okay. Just I can't remember if the last time I was on, if I was.
I don't think you were even in the shelter there yet.
Oh, so
no, you were living out of the truck.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm. Staying in your van a lot.
Mm.
So.
Okay, don't eat when you're on the show.
Sorry.
It's rude. That's me being a dad. Sorry, I said that quite horribly. Excuse me, Pumpkin. Could you please not eat while you're on the show?
Sorry, I had two left. Yeah, I ended up getting into a shelter. It's through Atira Housing in Vancouver. And I tried staying in shelters before, both in Abbotsford and in Vancouver. I just have not had good experiences in shelters and stuff. So
give us some of the details. What are the differences between them?
Well, the difference is that this is an all women's place. So when you're down in those places, there's a lot of weirdos and people that don't have negative intentions towards you, right? And I just don't think that where women are sleeping and in vulnerable states should be mixed with men in those kind of places. It's not, that's the most vulnerable women in our society. And they're being mixed with some of the most dangerous men in our society. So I don't think that, I think that the shelters that have both men and women is a bad idea. And I had to deal with, men in those shelters just exposing themselves, and it's just disgusting. And so I told myself I would never go to a shelter in Vancouver again, even though that shelter wasn't bad in its own, in the way that it was. And they did try to protect some women by having a little room on the way to the bathroom where the women could sleep, but there was only 6 beds in there, bunk beds. So it's there's not really, there's so many people who need housing, right? And those shelters are always full. All the shelters in Vancouver are always full. The one I'm at now is always full.
Is it always full of addicts, or is it full of addicts and homeless people?
Addicts and homeless people. There's a lot of people who aren't addicts. Like right now, there's like 3 or 4 women. I guess it's not a lot, but it's a small percentage of there's always women in the shelter that aren't addicts. They
A weird question, but over time, because you've been down in the downtown core for a while now. The homeless people that end up there that aren't addicts over the last couple of years, just from what you've seen, what type of percentage would you say become addicts while they're down there?
Oh, 50.
Wasn't much hesitation there.
I just counted the last 2 people who, and I'm thinking in my head, like, wow, that's a lot. That's actually even just 2 people that immediately come to mind became addicts while they were there. That there's more for sure.
That was one of the things I saw on a podcast. One of the guys was saying that, when they end up homeless, the pain gets bigger.
Yep, and they want to numb it.
Stop the pain for the
I know
short
2
periods.
women alone who started using fentanyl who never touched opiates in their life living in that shelter.
It's and then there's the predators too, because there are predators that want to take advantage of somebody who is now homeless.
Yeah.
We've watched it here in Nova Scotia. We had a homeless encampment in Lower Sackville, and it was in a ball field, and it was done up like a very large community. It was, as nice as they could make it. It was home to a lot of people. There were kids there, families there, and then a dealer moved in who had a home, but of course they saw opportunity.
Wow.
And it was a community that maybe 10% of them were addicted to something. And then it got to be like bad. 80% of them became addicted. The place got trashed. They didn't care about their surroundings anymore. And the RCMP had to move in and shut it down. And so all of these people that had set up a home lost it.
Yeah.
It was sad.
Yeah, that's what I noticed on the Surrey Strip, because when I first started going there to see them when they were originally on the Surrey Strip, I met a lot of people that were just homeless or serious mental health issues.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, how does a person that can't even, communicate? There was that one lady that they took her coat and threw it. All she slept on was she wasn't even communicative. But buried in addiction. And it's like, that's somebody taking advantage of situations, because once you've got them, you've got them.
Yeah. There's a lot of that. When I first moved into the shelter, there was a lady who, she didn't end up using, but she had major trauma. You could tell somebody traumatized her, and she didn't know how to deal with it. And she completely went almost completely mute. Like she did scream, and like she would say things sometimes, but she was still in major psychosis. But it wasn't drug-induced psychosis. She just went into psychosis, like she had schizophrenia or something. And she would piss the bed and sleep in it and sit in it and walk around the whole shelter sitting in all the chairs in pee wet pants. Like she couldn't, and this is like a 60-year-old woman, but she couldn't control it.
No.
And like, I know that's usually sexual abuse. Like, so it was really sad. And she would always go into psychosis that the staff didn't want her there and she wasn't allowed to be there and that she had to leave. And then she wouldn't shower. And if she did shower, it sounded like she was getting dosed in acid. Like she would scream her head off. Like it was the worst experience ever. But wow. She had to, because you're with a bunch of other people, and it's not fair to.
But you
to
don't
not
know,
take care of
because
your
the abuser might have left her in a shower and hit her with water, right? We don't know the situations. It's just
it was really sad.
The compassion
and she's lived her whole life. She raised kids. She was completely normal, and then something in her head, she just lost it. It's so sad.
Sometimes that happening doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I am going to break in right now because I have some news. Guest number 2 is in the waiting room.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I know that she can hear us. So
Let's talk about her then.
Yeah, well, let's say the same stuff that we said before. We have both of your daughters here now, and they're heroines, and we need to be able to see them.
They use heroines.
Okay, so they're heroines that use heroin. Well, but that's beside the point. They're still heroines. Without, they saved Jessi's son.
Yeah.
And so that's how I want to introduce these two girls. So here's heroine number 2. Katie, we're about to bring you on, just so you know. I know you can hear us. So ladies and gentlemen, Jessi's sister, Steve's other daughter, Kati Mather.
Hey, Bunky Doo. Is your mic working? We can't hear you. Oh, there we are.
Can you hear me?
We can.
I'm so sorry I'm late.
Oh, it's all good.
It's all good.
I'm amazed you showed up.
We're really happy you showed up.
It was really important to me. I was actually
Oh, you're cutting out. Oh, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, go. Just see if you can find a solid place.
It's lagged on my end.
Oh, you're.
I'll go
out.
closer to the router.
Yeah, do that.
Or just fly off and use your mobile data. And it'll stop doing. Oh.
I think she just needs to get closer to
I
a
need
window.
to go on the Wi-Fi.
Oh, because the data clicking out.
Yeah. Or go on Wi-Fi. and go
Wi-Fi.
closer to that fixes it. Okay, yeah. Log into
No, but
the
I don't
Wi-Fi.
know the Wi-Fi.
Oh, just boot her out of the room for now, and then she can put the wave.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep. So Katie, we just put you out of the room. Once you're on Wi-Fi, just give me a wave, and I'll bring you back up.
Yeah, good idea.
There we go. Well, that was cool. I'm glad she showed up. I know she was excited about it. She posted last night.
Yeah.
She was the original one that actually said, hey, it'd be nice to come back on and talk about some of the new stuff we've learned about what's going on downtown and what's going on with us.
Yeah, so that's one thing I did want to talk about a little bit was I've had negative experiences in the shelters and stuff, but you know, what Atira is doing in that shelter is actually really good. Like in a lot of the shelters in Vancouver, you have to leave in the morning. They kick you out at like 7 a.m. and you can't keep your stuff there. You can only keep your stuff there after you go back at 9, and you can have it there for the day, and then you have to be back before 11. If you're not there by 11, then you won't get in. You won't get a bed, and they put your stuff outside, and then everyone just steals it. So, with the Tira, with the house I'm in, it's called Sisterhood, and you're allowed to stay there all day. You can you get fed 3 meals a day and snacks, and you can have some snacks whenever you want. You just have to ask the staff there. You have your own little pod, and I actually noticed that it wasn't like that before. You didn't get your walls. It was just a bunch of mattresses in that room. And in COVID, they had to put those up because people weren't allowed to lay right next to each other. Right. So they made all that walling and stuff during COVID, and then kept it up, which is sweet for, us, because we get our own little walls, and they give you a bin, 2 bins. So you're allowed to have all your stuff in your bins, your clothes and stuff. You're allowed to put like 2 hooks on the walls, and you can hang some stuff up, and then you get a rolling bin for all your shoes. And then you also get a second bin that you can put all your valuables in that lock up, and then they have a key to it. So that's really cool because, when in addiction, a lot of people steal. That's just the way it is. Like, they need to steal to get by, and it's something that's kept them safe and, whatever, unsick or high. And that's what they do. That's what they're good at. And it is what it is. I don't ever take it personally anymore because it's not personal, and people who take it personally just don't understand where those people are coming from. I've had lots of friends that steal. It sucks, but it's the way it is. They see that's helped them.
It's opportunity to not be sick.
Mm-hmm. So it happens a lot in those shelters, and it's really cool that they have those bins that lock up, because I don't know any other shelters that have that. And there's one other shelter in that area that's similar, but you're allowed to go in and out, and anybody can go in and out except for not men. It's all women, and that's a problem.
Because some women will just come in to steal.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what happened with Katie recently. She went in there to shower and stuff, and someone left with her bag. So, and she had all her belongings in there. And that just, you know, it sucks, because for me, I like to say like, oh, that person needed that a lot more than I did. You know, so that's why they needed to take it or whatever, right? But when it comes to stealing every single belonging, like, that's like, they don't need that. They're just being greedy.
Yeah, but some people grab and run, and then they'll sort stuff out later and throw the rest
Yeah.
away. Yeah.
Yep.
That's kind of shitty.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's really cool, and they have a cleaning lady that comes in and cleans everything, because unfortunately it is like really close to the water and stuff. There's a lot of
It's
rodents
actually,
and
how
stuff.
many blocks is it from Main and Hastings? Because most people will know what Main and Hastings is.
It's I would say like right there. It's right there. It's right. If you
It's
walk
like
just down the
1,
road, it's
2,
right in between
3.
Gore and Dunlevy, and then you just 3 blocks up is Hastings. Yeah, and Main and Hastings is you just go 3 blocks this way, 3 blocks this way.
Yeah, so 6 blocks away is Main and Hastings.
Yeah.
I notice it's a very the area is densely populated with people in addiction and homelessness.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's sad because a lot of those people, they like, especially the people who are homeless who don't do drugs. It's scary for them, you know. And they but I have noticed that they come in really scared, and then they, as they get to know people, they aren't as scared anymore. I think because they realize, hey, these people are just people.
Yeah.
They're not.
Well, there's stories, the notorious downtown east side, and there's been lots of stuff happen on the notorious downtown east side. You know, yes, there's a lot of predators that go down there. What are you going to find on the downtown east side? That's a great place for murder to hide.
Yeah.
Right? And what happened over there through the years? Well, there's the stories of the murders. There's the stories of the Pictons. There's, you know, there's a lot of stories, and people hear the stories, and, you know, nobody says, oh, hey, there's this, you know, the night I was down there with Katie going to get the pie and ice cream for my birthday. She stopped at absolutely everybody that looked like they might have been overdosed and made sure that they were okay.
And I would like to hear more about that, but it's a good time for a break.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Oh, it's that time. Time for us to give some time to our sponsors, show you some great products, and we'll be back right after that here on paceradio.net.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
Limestone City Hydroponics is Kingston, Ontario's hydroponics shop. Take your growing to the next level and create the optimal environment with a tent kit, or maximize your yield with an ebb and flow flood table kit. Either way, Limestone City Hydroponics has more sizes and options to fit your needs. Are you looking for the power of the sun that adapts to your budget? Then look no further, as they have professional grow lighting. They have indoor grow systems that are easy and cost effective, with many options to fit your living space and lifestyle. Cultivate your growing potential. We have everything you need to succeed. And if you can't make it to the store, they offer local delivery to the greater Kingston area. Remember, when you're looking for experts to help you grow, then look no further than the locally owned Limestone City Hydroponics, 105 Sunderland Drive in Kingston, Ontario. Call them at 613-548-0420.
Are you looking to get your medical cannabis grow license? Limestone City Hydroponics can help patients through the process of obtaining their license to grow medical cannabis. What's that? You don't have a doctor. If you meet the medical criteria, Limestone City Hydroponics has a nurse practitioner who can assess and provide medical cannabis prescriptions. What are you waiting for? Contact Limestone City Hydroponics at limestonecityhydroponics.ca or call them at 613-548-0420.
What do you find at paceradio.net? People advocating cannabis education.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more. We've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
Cannabis edibles are an effective way to manage pain and other ailments, especially when you deal with your trusted partner, Legacy 420, in Tyendinaga Mohawk territory. You see, we lab test every product on site to ensure proper dosage every time, which is critical when consuming cannabis edibles. All Legacy 420 edibles are made by our classically trained baker and chocolatier, and we also have super tasty vegan options.
Our baker has been in the industry for 25 years. She's also a chocolatier. Everything from savory to sweet, your chocolate bars, brownies, butter tarts, you name it, we make it.
Talk to our knowledgeable Cannatex about our incredible variety available. Give your trusted partners a call. Legacy 420 out on your road.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
Hey, they didn't play the "If you got a pain that kicks your ass, you can get medicine made of grass." They didn't play that one.
You should write that song for them.
Might have. Hey, Bunky Duke. You know.
Hi.
Oh.
Oh, it's loud.
Oh no, she's gone again. She'll be back. So you guys went for what was it? Pie
and ice cream or milkshake. No, ice cream.
Yes.
No, milkshake.
I don't remember.
It was pie and a milkshake.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And Katie checked on everybody she saw.
Absolutely everybody. Everybody that looked like they may have been overdosed. And one of them, which was kind of interesting, the guy she spent extra time on because he seemed like he may have needed Narcan. And when he finally answered her and showed that he was alive, she said, "Dude, you're so far down, you're going to get dug." And getting dug is like all your stuff gets ripped off. So she made him sit up and get in a better position and pull his stuff into him so he didn't get dug.
It's like when you're sitting out and all your stuff is like flailed out around you because you just fell asleep from the drugs and you don't notice all your stuff is like your wallet and your money and everything's all lying out, or it's sticking out of your pocket, and you just become like a bigger target, you know, because people are going to find you anyways, and if you fall asleep on the street, that's what happens.
Well, if I remember right, didn't you get once, Katie, where they socks?
Oh, I've heard lots of people talk about that.
No.
Your shoes taken twice, your Jordans.
Oh, yeah, the first time I ever went downtown, I knew nothing about the downtown east side. All I knew was that the soda strip was gone, I was on a relapse, and that you could get drugs at Main and Hastings. And I went down there. I went down there from head to toe wearing all red and white. And I went in behind the Carnegie, and I got jumped by 4 people, and they took everything, including my shoes and my socks, and I walked around for 3 days with no shoes or socks. And nobody would give me any socks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you could have dug somebody and stole theirs.
Yeah.
Look, size 13 clown. Woo! Just
the
kidding.
worst part is when you're walking with someone down the street on Hastings, and the person you're walking with, who you think might actually be a decent person, stops when they see someone who's passed out, and they do this.
Yeah.
Did you see what I did?
No.
They're saying, oh,
Yeah, she did the
right.
Yeah, so
Oh yeah, because they're gonna dug them.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right? Oh, what's going on
I
here?
know, that's so messed up.
Do the Dougie. Do the Dougie.
I can honestly
Yeah.
say I've never done to anybody.
Me neither.
no, I mean, oh, you're
Never.
back. You good?
Just, we've only done each other.
There we
I've
go.
never done
I'm
you.
just kidding. It's the light that it's the light. I'm just joking.
You'd be lucky if it was Jessi dugging you all
No,
the time.
I actually
You'd
go
get your
in-
stuff back.
And make sure all your stuff's in your pockets.
Yeah. I know. I do the same thing for you.
So you were pretty excited about being on this show. So tell us the
yeah,
reasons.
I'll be honest. I can't. So this is what happened. I came out to Surrey because I was supposed to be going to Langley to see a good friend of mine who just got her grandson taken from the ministry because both her son and his baby mama are in addiction, and so she's fighting to get custody of her grandson right now, and she needed a friend, and I went on my little snail trail, and I ended up in Surrey, and I was at and I actually ran into an old friend of mine that we've been through a lot together, you know, and in recovery and in addiction, and she called me, so I went and seen her. We hung out for a few days. I was actually really, really, really dope sick for 3 days. I went 3 days without anything, and it was really, really hard, and I felt like I was gonna seizure. And she was just sweating bullets, you know, like we were both like taking
Why
turns
did you call
puking
me?
in the bathroom. Because my phone, I couldn't charge it.
You know my number.
Her phone wasn't working either. The place that we were at, the people were moving, and all the electricity in the house had already been turned off.
Oh yeah. But you
Yeah,
were still
so then
excited to come on the show.
I was. So then this is what happened. I ended up we ended up going, like, she has this like backup person that she sees that's like an older gentleman, and he's like, he's nice, and she helps take care of his bedridden ex-wife, you know, that's kind of like losing it a little bit. And so we went there, and he helped us out, and then I left because I had plans to come see, you know, like our friends, you know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to name names because I don't know if they want me to, right? But I came here. I was supposed to come here yesterday, but I was standing at King George SkyTrain station. It was like, I just talking to them at like 1 a.m. And then
Can
this
you look
girl
in the phone and
walks.
quit moving around?
Sorry. This girl walks by me, and she just hands me a suitcase full of stuff, and I was like, what the hell, you know? And I hadn't opened it. I didn't even go through it for like 4 hours because I thought maybe she forgot it there or something. And then she never came back. So then all of a sudden these two guys walk by me, and they're like, the one guy's like, I know you. And that happens a lot where people know me, but I don't remember meeting them or whatever. And they're like, come over to the park with us. And I didn't really want to, so I just kind of pretended to. And then I went into like the little like staircase like park area at Holland Park, and I just like turned my music on and like just kind of just zoned out for a sec. And then he came and grabbed me again, and then he's like, follow me. And so I ended up going to this house that I actually knew all the people there, and had been to that house before, and it's getting redeveloped. And they took all the furniture that had been taken out of the house, and they made like a house outside the house.
What the hell?
So everyone was chilling, like as if they were chilling in a living room, but like on the street, you know?
That's hilarious.
It was so funny. And then it ends up just being me, like last man standing. Everyone's passed out with all their shit flailed everywhere.
What the?
And I know. So I didn't want to leave anybody because I didn't want them all to get dug. So I just sat there and watched them for like 6 hours. The one guy hadn't slept for like 6 days. The one guy hadn't slept for like 10 days. Like it was ridiculous.
So if somebody's going that long without sleeping, what drugs are they using?
It doesn't matter.
Usually stimulants.
I have put down my methamphetamine use so much, and my stimulant use. I barely use it. I don't even use it every day, and I've gone 6-7 days without sleeping.
Wow, not good for the body.
No, it's really bad. It's really bad.
I don't know why. You know why? It's because when you're in recovery and you go to a recovery house or a treatment center in Vancouver, or in BC, they get money from the government if every single person, or they get kickbacks from every single person who's on 3 prescription drugs or more. So they want everybody on at least 3 pills. You have to. And
methadone's one of
you're
them.
the doctor this week. You need to be on 3 pills. And so I took 100 milligrams of trazodone for like 2.5 years when I was sober.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
that's
now
what I was
that I don't have trazodone, I literally cannot sleep. I get such bad insomnia. It's crazy.
Really?
Well,
why don't you try something more like
natural?
Natural.
Yeah, that is what I'm doing. I talked to one of the workers at the shelter, and I was saying I'm thinking about going on melatonin just to see if it helps. And she showed me this thing that is better than melatonin. Apparently, I forget what it is, but what the name of the thing is. I have to ask her again.
5-HTP.
Yeah, and
that's one that gets touted a lot.
Because the melatonin is good, but like, where am I going to get it? The stuff on in the stores isn't real. They did tests on all those vitamins.
Oh, so bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where you could get any herbs and things and vitamins and stuff that could possibly help you.
I know. Yeah, no, I mean, like, I do have this friend. Like, he's out in BC, so he might be able to help you.
Doesn't your dad like do something with that?
Yeah, so there's some. I'm sure there are some amanitas that are close, and if you take those and grind them up and roll them with a really good indica and maybe some blue lotus and smoke it, it'll knock you out.
Really?
Yep.
Really.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have been trying smoking weed, because like I'm addicted to fentanyl, and it doesn't help. I don't go. It doesn't make me fall asleep when I want to go to sleep. It makes me fall asleep when I don't want to be sleeping.
And the great thing about if you use the amanitas to go to sleep, I mean, take them in a tincture as well, they will also help curb your cravings for opiates.
Yeah, because
what exactly is amanita?
That's
it's
the
a
red
mushroom.
and white mushroom.
Okay.
You know the red one with the white dot?
Cool.
Yeah, because that's really awesome.
You guys don't know, but I picked a bunch of wild amanita this year, and it's already been dried, and it's already been I guess it would be a decarb aspect where it's been converted over to the ibotenic acid is now muscimol, so that it can be put into caps and can be used for exactly that purpose.
Yeah, that would be amazing. That would be awesome. It would be so much better than having to take, because I stopped taking trazodone.
Trazodone's a tough one to stop.
What happened?
That's a tough one to stop, and I know people that have to use a lot of.
You guys totally just blacked out there.
Oh,
are you back? Are we back? Can you hear us now?
Yeah, no, you
we're back, but I don't.
seconds, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we don't know what you just said.
Oh well, I was just Dad was just saying that he picked a bunch of that.
Amanita.
Amanita.
So I've
Oh
got
yeah,
it.
we heard that part.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah.
we were just talking about trazodone, and I was saying that trazodone's a tough one to get off. I've helped people do it, and
I had to do it.
the trazodone. It's taken CBD, THC, a lot of nutrition, and a bunch of the microdoses, and it's it's a 90, 120 day run.
Yeah, because you don't sleep.
No,
And-
it makes it
So
tough.
hard. It sucks. Like,
Oh,
and
hey,
I think
Dad.
I was in a relationship with somebody for 6 years, so and now I'm sleeping alone.
Yeah.
That doesn't help either.
And that's something new that we actually we didn't bring up. The last time you were on, you were in that relationship. Near the end of it, as it turns out, because it wasn't really that long ago. And you broke up with him a couple of months ago, 3 months ago.
No, actually, it's been like 7 months now.
Oh wow!
No, it hasn't been that long.
Yeah, it has. I was in Night and Day 2 years ago. Or I mean, no, I was in Night and Day a year ago. Sorry, exactly a year ago.
Yeah, but you guys were still together when you were living with me and Jen and Sean.
Yeah, which wasn't that long.
Yeah, but we've had
Started this new relationship. That was that was 6 months after we broke up.
okay.
Yeah.
And the last time you were in you talked about it. The last time we had you on as well, Katie, you were in a relationship, and
Yep.
You're not now, are you?
No, he died from an overdose.
What?
What?
Mikey.
Yeah.
Oh, Mikey, right.
Okay, yeah, that's not where my mind went.
Me neither. I thought it was Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So if you were looking at numbers from the last year down there to current moment down there, are the overdose deaths more or less abundant than what you would like in
You
your
know
opinion?
what? They're definitely more, or if not the same, but it's just less talked about, and nobody really cares anymore.
That's true.
And that's the truth, you know.
I've walked with so many people down there who just don't even know how to use naloxone. Some people don't even choose to learn how to use naloxone because they just think it's not my problem.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they shouldn't be using then. They say, "Oh, well, that's why I don't do fentanyl."
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is mindset.
that's the risk we take.
One guy said, "Don't stop and help people." He grabbed me and stopped me from helping somebody because you miss out on money if you do that.
Yeah, this one guy, I ended up saying.
Oh.
That's okay. She's back. It'll take her a second to upload.
There
There you are. You're back. This one guy.
This one guy I used to because I was in the same shelter that Jesse's in right now that I got kicked out of 3 years ago, and I used to do a little routine where I would leave the shelter and I'd walk a certain way and I'd do my little rounds, and I would walk up Dunleavy towards Hastings, and there's a little shop on the corner there, and there's usually someone passed out beside the shop, and I check and see if they're still alive, and this time this guy wasn't. He was blue in the face, and the girl behind me happened to be the manager of the Atira buildings, and she had a backpack full of naloxone on her, and we Narcaned the guy 8 times, you know, and the first thing he says when he wakes up is, "I didn't even do dope today." I'm like,
Wow.
buddy, it's okay. He had a pipe right beside him, clearly used, you know. I'm like, it's okay. I used too. It's all right. You're okay. The ambulance is on its way. Don't get up too fast. And I was like, you just overdosed. And he got up and ran as fast as he possibly could. And East Indian man with a turban and everything, an older gentleman, comes up to me and he says, "Why'd you save that guy?" I said, "Because he was dying. That's what anybody would do." And he said, "No, he's a drug addict. You should have let him die."
Ah,
And I said, "Really?" I'm like, "Would you let me die?" He said, No, you're not like that." I said, "Yes, I am. I do drugs every single day. Would you let me die?" And then he was kind of taken aback, right? And he starts calling me names. "You dumb fucking bitch, blah, 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 blah." Sorry, I shouldn't swear.
It's
And
okay.
I
You're allowed
said, I said to him, "Hey, maybe you should get a little bit more educated on mental health and addiction before you come to the downtown east side just spreading out your opinion." And like 4 big native guys get up off the corner and just start backing me up, right? Like, because he's saying, he's pretty much like, if you're a drug addict on the downtown east side, like, you're no good, you should just die anyways.
yeah, that's sick.
But that is a program, and that is an opinion, and there's actually a lot of people that think that way.
Oh yeah.
because they were raised to think that way. Like, and that's the, you know, it's going to be education and putting, and people like the two of you agreeing to do podcasts like this and giving us a face and giving us a person, you know, instead of just a figure on the side of the road. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're giving us an inside look on, you know, not just who you, but who anybody is living in that situation. And, you know, I think it's beautiful. And I thank you for doing that for us.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome to be able to share, you know, a little bit. And a lot of people don't look at us, and they're like, you know, they don't even realize we're almost 30 years old. You know, they think
I know we always yeah.
And they go, wow, look at these young girls. You know, like they've been through so much, but we still are, you know, because we're so educated and we've learned a lot and made a decision and like to like learn about our problems, what's wrong with us, because like, not that it's wrong, but that language is not proper, but like because we're given this problem with addiction, like we learned a lot of how, like, what the education around it, right? What needs to, what it does to us and our bodies, and like how we're able to, we've tried to get sober, so we've learned a little bit about it. And
so I'm going to ask a question right now, because yes,
we're gonna hold on that question because it's commercial break again.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Oh. Well, hey, we'll be right back. I'm going to forget the question, but we'll be right back
Write it down
after these ads.
Yeah, say it out loud during the commercial so she knows.
Write it down.
We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
Camelford Lifestyle Shop, open Monday to Friday from 10 till 7 p.m. or by chance. Check out our flags, our t-shirts, plus our hats, and look of that supply of rolling papers, plus much more. We've got bongs and your favorite herbal vaporizers. Look at all the incense we have, as well as for those who collect knives, check out these knives in our collection. And while you're here, stop in to see Shay at the piercing room, where you can get poked by Shay. Daily deals, check them out. Camelford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Camelford, Ontario.
When you have a pain that's reached its peak, Legacy for 20, it's so unique. If organic cannabis is what you seek, here's your trusted partner 7 days a week. Suppository salves, vapes and drops, topicals, edibles, infused pop. Just when life seems like it ain't easy, at Legacy 420, enjoy a pop freezy. Lab tested products, make them the GOAT. Legacy 420 out on your road. Legacy 420 in Tyendinaga Mohawk territory. Indigenous organic cannabis at its finest.
What do you find at paceradio.net? People advocating cannabis education.
Limestone City Hydroponics is Kingston, Ontario's hydroponics shop. Take your growing to the next level and create the optimal environment with a tent kit or maximize your yield with an ebb and flow flood table kit. Either way, Limestone City Hydroponics has more sizes and options to fit your needs. Are you looking for the power of the sun that adapts to your budget? Then look no further, as they have professional grow lighting. They have indoor grow systems that are easy and cost effective, with many options to fit your living space and lifestyle. Cultivate your growing potential. We have everything you need to succeed. And if you can't make it to the store, they offer local delivery to the greater Kingston area. Remember, when you're looking for experts to help you grow, then look no further than the locally owned Limestone City Hydroponics, 105 Sunderland Drive in Kingston, Ontario. Call them at 613-548-0420.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
And we're back here on the Mushy Moment, live on paceradio.net and streaming everywhere.
Katie is still here. She's just, oh, there she is.
Okay, so my question was,
yes.
Jessi had just said that she had they learned a lot about addiction, the mental health issues, recovery. They've been through recovery. And my question was going to be, because this is a question I get asked, well, if they've done that, how come they're still addicts?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I guess the answer to that is because it doesn't matter how much knowledge you have. There's stories in the Narcotics Anonymous book about people who are doctors and they know all about addiction and they know all about how these drugs can cause addiction, and something in their mind still tells them, hey, I should use my doctor's license to prescribe myself pills.
Yeah.
And they become addicts. You know what I mean? Or like, and so I just think it's like, it doesn't matter that stuff. Addiction doesn't discriminate. Addiction doesn't say this type of person is an addict. No, that person becomes that way because of the things they've had to go through their life. And I think a lot of addiction comes from your, the way you grew up, your traumas, your environment, and choosing to use after you've had a stint of abstinence is insane and stupid, but it happens.
Okay, why did you? What was the surroundings?
Because I believe it was still, I believe it was because I was in that relationship and I couldn't get out, and I needed to get out of that to be alone. And I think that I'm gonna, she was talking about plans earlier. Like, I think that was because we're planning on getting sober here soon, and really it needs to happen as soon as possible, and I just need to get myself to do that.
We're never ready, so it's just a matter of starting. That's the one thing I'm learning about everything. We're never ready for anything. We think we are sometimes, but
it's a matter of
starting. Put the first foot forward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a matter of taking that big breath and saying to yourself, because you really have to do it for that person on the inside, right?
Mm-hmm.
And saying to yourself, okay, it's time. Let's go through the bags. Let's get rid of anything that I'm addicted to, and let's get on that oil.
Yeah. And that's the thing that we're going to do this time is use my dad's products and plant medicine to get off of
the drugs and the friends in that world, in that healing world of healing.
Yeah.
Not medication.
There's quite a few.
We'll see. There's, there was an idea that's building into a plan, and And there's people stepping in going, hey, we want to be a part of this plan because we can see that we can help.
And I think that with the way that it's going, like all the plans are going and the way that the ideas are coming and the way that it's all working out, it has to be successful. Like, it just wouldn't make sense that it wouldn't be.
Well, the success is honestly, it's in yours and Katie's hearts.
Yeah.
Because it's the heart that'll beat the brain. The brain will keep going where it goes, but it's the heart. You know, they've literally found that our heart has neurons similar to the neurons in our brain. That's why they call it a heart brain. And in my experience, as I open my heart and I let away the barricades that I've built around it to stop the pain from getting in, it's letting me out. And you know, that the heart can outthink the brain. My brain will struggle and my heart will calm my brain. And it's really about nurturing the heart so that the strength of the heart brain can, you know, we got two sides. One side might have to be just a little stronger to make that work. And it's nurturing the parts of you that can make it work. And, you know, but in the end, I provide tools. I provide tools and I provide hope. And, you know, I tend to use a lot of the tools, and hopefully I provide proof that that it's possible to work on. But, you know, in the end, you heal yourself. Katie heals herself, and it's up to you whether you take it on. So I've got the tools here. I'm willing to let it, you know, willing to share them. And we've got people that are stepping up going, hey, we've got things on the pathway for you. Yeah. But, you know, the big thing is you guys are going, hey, we're ready and we want to do this. Yeah. Because that's what it takes. It doesn't matter how many times I try to help you get clean. If you're not helping yourself get clean, it isn't going to happen.
And I have to remember that it's just a couple weeks where I'm going to feel shitty, you know? It's only a couple weeks. Like, we can do this, you know?
Yeah, it is only a couple of weeks. And the great thing about the products that you have at your disposal, they will basically help you sleep for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We can get enough oil into you that all you do is pass out, and you wake up every 8 hours and your dad throws some fresh food in your face and you eat it. So like no more McDonald's, no more A&W, you know, fruits and vegetables, and eat that. And then, you know, take more oil, like take a ton more oil and go back to bed. You know, if you can do that for 2 weeks, which I'm pretty sure you can, that's the hardest part. Then you've got 2 more weeks to get through before you can take one of these or use one of these medicines called combo, which will quite literally detox you from head to toe. It'll get rid of all those toxins in your body. So the cravings go from a 10 to a 1, something very manageable. But you have to be clean for 30 days to do the combo.
Oh.
Yeah. So we'll use
Why
the
is
cacao.
That?
Because of the reaction in your body and how it works in your body. It'll like the drugs that you're using now will fight with the combo, and it could cause heart attacks. It could cause brain bleeds. So yeah, what you want to do is be off the drugs.
You're blowing toxics out into the system. You've got to let the toxins work their half-lives and minimalize. So when you put this in, it's not blowing a full load into your system. You've minimized what's in there so that the detox can get it out.
Yeah.
Because it's quick and it detoxes lots and fast.
Yeah, and normal people have so many toxins because of all the food and crap that we eat. And even the air and the water we drink.
Yep.
So, you know, in 30 days, we'll get a 30-day run. You still there, Katie?
Yeah, I'm just pretty much falling asleep because I don't feel like I'm part of the conversation at all.
Say something.
Nice slam. So jump in, because next we were going to ask about you. What are you thinking about this journey?
I'm so tired.
That's okay. You can crash out. You can log off and crash out if you want.
Yeah, it's fine.
Hello.
The great thing about this podcast is we're okay with that.
Yeah.
We're understanding. And there's always more opportunities. We've got plenty more Tuesdays, and only one of them is booked so far. So
we can have you back when you're feeling better. I know it's been rough. We had a hard time getting a hold of you today. I'm amazed you actually were able to get on.
Yeah, same.
yeah, we were really happy to see you pop on.
You okay, baby?
Okay.
Huh? Maybe after the podcast we can get together and hang out for a bit. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. After
That's
the
easy to
podcast, we'll come and grab you and we'll go hang out for a bit and share a little bit of love and hugs. How's that?
And if you need to take a minute, you can turn your camera off and we'll mute you. It's okay. If you need to take a minute, that's fine. You don't have to go. You don't have to take a minute. You don't have to stay. You have to make yourself comfortable because that's what we want. We love you.
What's up, Punky Doo? Oh, baby.
Oh, she froze.
Yes, there are those moments there's those moments through life anyway, but there are those moments through the world of addiction. And hey, I hope you're watching our podcast if you're on your phone while you're in our podcast.
I am.
Are you watching it on your phone?
No, I was
I know,
checking my
because it'd be
bank.
feeding back. Oh, yeah.
Ring.
So, yeah, that would be good.
I just wanted to say that I'm just like, I guess I'm just dealing with some mental health right now because I didn't sleep for a couple days and like.
So come and hang out. I'll come pick you up and you can
and
come
then,
sleep.
Like, being sick like that for like 3 days and then, you know.
It's hard.
Well, see, that gives you motivation to make the other end happen.
Yeah. What the?
You're okay, baby. You're okay.
Oh. Sending you all kinds of love, Katie. I know it's hard, sweetheart.
Oh, I get it tonight. That's why.
Hey, how about you put that down and
Sorry.
stick in the show? Or we can just end the show. We're over anyway.
We're over anyway. So anytime we're ready, we can, you know, you can say your piece and I can hit closing.
I can't hear you.
And when we do hit closing, Katie, when we decide to end the show, stick around so we can chat off camera, okay?
Did you hear us?
She had to take her headphones off for a minute.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's it here. Oh, what's that? I guess that's it here on the Mushie moment for today.
That's okay.
Live podcasting. You got it. We'd like to thank the sponsors. We'd like to thank Al and paceradio.net and everybody that watches this show. We thank you and, you know, hope we bring you some light, love, and a little education on stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
then
so-
we also want to let everyone know
I'm
that
okay.
we use the plant medicine. We are going to kind of show a little bit of
Document
a little bit of it so that we can help other people. That's the goal, I guess. Afterwards, is if it works for us, then we want to be able to
share it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be documenting
updated.
it, all the pathway of the plant medicine healing and seeing how it goes. Yeah.
Yep.
And I also just wanted to mention, like, anybody who's seen my podcast before when I was on, like, I do struggle with bipolar and, like, obviously, like, drugs don't help. I'm not medicated and, I'm okay. Like, I'm not in a place where, like, I feel like anyone needs to be worried about me. I'm not, like, suicidal. or like anything like that. Like I just don't want people to like worry. I just needed to release that because I'm having a difficult time in my mind right now, but I'm okay.
Okay.
Make sure you breathe. Make sure you're breathing. Bring that air all the way down. No shallow breathing. Bring it in. Make sure you're breathing and bring that brain into calm. The other one is just do some alternate tapping so both sides of the hemispheres come into equal thing. That way you can bring the emotional side down and the logical side up. All it is tapping. Alternate, one side, the other. And all it does is it bounces. It's like binaural beats. It bounces your left side, right side brain, left side, right side, left side, right side. And it makes them come back so that we're like when we get over emotional, the artist side of the brain is running the show. And when you can bring it down, it can help you to self-regulate.
Yeah.
So please make sure you're breathing. And if you have to, do a little tapping.
But thank you for letting us know that you're okay, because this is a show that is run by patients for patients, and people do worry.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
Okay, you're gonna come and do a couple nights sleep over in the motorhome. Get yourself some good rest. Get yourself back into a little bit of regulation, some nutrition. You feel like doing that?
Yeah.
Good.
Awesome.
Okay.
Right up.
So thank you so much for joining us here on the Mushie Moment for today, Tuesday, May 14th, 2024. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Bye. Love you, you. We'll chat after.
Bye. Love you too.
Stick around. We'll chat after the show.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The opinions of the individuals during this broadcast are their own, and may not be the opinions of their group or other organizations they may be involved with. All medical advice during our broadcast is not a medical opinion and should be checked with your medical physician.
When you have a pain that's reached its peak, legacy for 20, it's so unique. If organic cannabis is what you seek, here's your trusted partner 7 days a week. Suppository salves, vapes and drops, topicals, edibles, infused pop. Just when life seems like it ain't easy, at Legacy 420 enjoy a pop freezy. Lab tested products make them the GOAT. Legacy 420 out on your road. Legacy 420 in Tyndonega Mohawk territory. Indigenous organic cannabis at its finest.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more, we've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
Limestone City Hydroponics is Kingston, Ontario's hydroponics shop. Take your growing to the next level and create the optimal environment with a tent kit, or maximize your yield with an ebb and flow flood table kit. Either way, Limestone City Hydroponics has more sizes and options to fit your needs. Are you looking for the power of the sun that adapts to your budget? Then look no further, as they have professional grow lighting. They have indoor grow systems that are easy and cost effective, with many options to fit your living space and lifestyle. Cultivate your growing potential. We have everything you need to succeed. And if you can't make it to the store, they offer local delivery to the greater Kingston area. Remember, when you're looking for experts to help you grow, then look no further than the locally owned Limestone City Hydroponics, 105 Sunderland Drive in Kingston, Ontario. Call them at 613-548-0420.
We are people advocating cannabis education here at paceradio.net.